Hello and welcome back to Note by Note. This is Victor Perez. Yeah, let's keep comping because that is the purpose that we are here. So thank you once again for being here, following this adventure of just compositing one shot in real time. So those are just the rules of the streaming. It's just me comping, and I will just discuss things on the way or listen to your comments, maybe answering any questions or anything that you have. So remember that you have the chat, so you can communicate with me in there. I promise to keep an eye. Sometimes it's difficult because I have to be comping and doing everything at once, but I promise I'm getting used to this thing. So, how is the week for everybody? Are you guys okay? Things are starting to trigger after the strikes. I know that many people is still wandering around for getting a job. Endure because things are coming up. So yeah, it's going to take a while, but yeah, it's going to pass. Sadly, it's a terrible period for some of you. So maybe you can use this time for improving, for doing something that maybe you didn't have the time before. So use this time the best as you can, because you know very soon we are going to be busy again, and we are going to regret all this time that we have. I'm talking about time and commitments and things. Next week, I'm going to be on call. I'm going to be working at this time. I'm going to be on set. So, how are you going to do? Well, no worries. It's not going to be live, but I'm going to pre-record the session. So I'm going to publish the session at the exact same time as every Tuesday. So it's going to be at 7 GMT. So you can just enjoy the streaming as it was, you know, live, but it won't be live. Okay, so it's going to be pre-recorded, but still, we are going to have the giveaway that leads me to thanks once we more to Foundry for supporting us, for giving away the Nuke Indie license. Remember that Nuke Indie is the software that I'm using for compositing in this streaming. So thanks Foundry for you know for supporting us. Remember that this week, as any other week, we have the giveaway. So just entering the giveaway right now is already open, and it's going to be open until 8:30 p.m. GMT. So we have an hour and a half roughly for you to participate, and maybe you are going to be the lucky winner of this week. And last week we had another winner. So who was the winner last week? Here you are, JP Gerundio. So it sounds like maybe I'm going to wonder. Maybe it sounds like Spanish. Maybe it's going to be Juan Pablo Gerundio, or I don't know. I'm just inventing. I don't know. If you are here, maybe just write in the comments if I'm where are you from, maybe. And that so now that I'm asking, where are you guys from? If you want to write on the chat, where are you watching this live streaming? I will be very happy to know. Well, congratulations, JP. So you got your 1 year subscription for Nuke Indie, and Foundry will contact you in order to get your details to send you this amazing gift. So let's get back to the theme. So someone wrote in the comments in the previous video that I forgot for several weeks in a row to downres my screen so you can guys see better what I'm doing. So this week I remember, and if by any chance I forget, I apologize in advance for the following weeks. It's just like it's I don't remember to do these things, or maybe I'm going to put sticky notes or something like that. It's like a bit of, a bit of too much in here to do to handle at the same time. But that is the nice thing about this. Is like this is the struggle. So I'm not preparing anything. I'm not baking any content. So everything you are going to see is just me live trying to juggle everything. So you have a nice experience with this. If you want to support me, as always, you can, for instance, buy me a coffee, which is in here. You have the URL. And maybe if you want, you can go to my links that you have here in this other time. Here you have the QR where you can find all my links. But if you prefer, I will invite you to subscribe. So you can, just by subscribing, you are going to make me very happy. That is something I will appreciate. So let's start just doing the because you can hear to see me comping. So let's start with this. So I see, by the way, in the comments that I have people from Sweden, France, Spain, Turkey, Romania, Glasgow, so Scotland, in the UK. Okay, I'm going to put, thank you, Germán. I'm going to put the link also for the one who wants to buy me a coffee. So it's in the chat in there. So you can get that. And if you want to see all my links and just subscribe to my other contents, so you have in here the link tree. And of course, the giveaway. So the giveaway is in here as well, so you can participate into the giveaway as well. So let's start with the Nuke Indie. I'm always amazed that Nuke Indie has the same interface as Nuke Studio. So honestly, I still haven't read any comments about anybody showcasing any limitations on the software. I'm still trying to find the limitations, and I have been using this for quite a while, and I still haven't found any significant limitation. Well, any limitations whatsoever, but I don't know, maybe if someone is just like super worried about the limitations, or, well, let's open a community here just to exchange. Maybe we can make a petition just for remove or to ease the limitations to Foundry. I don't know, but so far I haven't seen any significant thing. So, okay. Hello, Daniel from Bangladesh. Let's have a look at what we have in here. Remember that, again, I never ever work on this shot during the between the streamings, just during the streaming. So this is today is the 8th episode. So I'm going to put in here 8. Here you are. So this is so far what we got in the 7 previous episodes. Hello, South Africa. Gavin is from South Africa. Well, that's very cool. That's very, very cool. So let's see what we have. And remember, I'm using Nuke Indie and in a very regular MacBook Pro. So it's nothing fancy. But maybe for the next shot, maybe I can start showing other things. Maybe we can go with Nuke X or Nuke Studio. We can go with the big computer. I have now a very nice new computer by Scan. They built the computer specifically for me. And I have been working with them in order to design something that is going to be really, really good for compositing visual effects in general, and also the use of artificial intelligence and neural networks and all of that. So that will be for the next shot. If you have any suggestions, remember you can post in the comments. If you have any particular flavor of Nuke you want me to use instead of the indie. You want me to use X or the normal. Let's have fun. At the end of the day, this is all about the artist. So remember, the software is just the tool. So let's have a look at the ending of this, because in here we have to do something. Last week we were discussing about this area just for the lighting, and we were interacting, remember? So something that we have to do, because I was just laying out the effect. Something that is happening right now is that the God rays are moving because the camera is moving, and the center of the God rays are not. I mean the center, the point that is emitting the volume rays. That point, the positioning there, needs to be moving with the camera. So for doing that, we are going to use something very similar to what we have done for another element. But let's do it again, because I really like it. For that, we need an axis. We are going just to reconcile the 3D position into a 2D position. So we are going to get my preview scene that is in here. Yeah, here you go. And we are going to put the point really far, because we really want to put that as the sun. The sun is going to be infinitely far. Okay, it's not infinite, of course, but it's going to be, the parallax is just going to be insignificant for us. So I'm going to put an axis. And let's put this axis, well, let's put it first of all into the scene. So I can put it there and there. Let's say that is far enough. Okay, it's even beyond the frustum of the camera. So now that I know that it's far enough, what I'm going to do is just to pre-visualize from the camera. So in here and in there. Let's see, the axis is the axis 7. Let me see. Yeah, here you are. So I'm going to put it quite high. Around there. It's so far that it's actually getting cutting off. So I'm going to place it. Maybe let's go to the other view. But I will say that maybe that is going to be a good position. We want it to be slightly on this side. Yeah. Maybe slightly lower. I can actually put even a viewer in here and another one in here. So I can have more or less the position that I want for the sun. I mean, you can do this, you can place it like that if you prefer, but I mean, it's quite easy. Do you guys use this often? The ability to watch the 2D and the 3D together? That is something that I really like, especially for something like this, aligning 3D in 2D, or the other way around. So that is the position of the sun for me. So this one. And now we are going to get that that reconciliation. So here My camera is there. Okay, so camera, axis, here you are. The image is just for the format. I mean, you can put anything in there. It's just to have a relative format to get the right coordinates. So I'm just going to put a reformat. And this is the right format. Here you are. But I'm going to force it. I always like to do that because it happens to me sometimes that I'm just juggling between scripts. So sometimes it happens that I copy and paste, and because the format is not set up as a rigid format, not the format of the root. Yeah, sometimes it breaks, and I just don't know why. So that's why I prefer just to not to leave it floating to the project, but to force it into the right one. Anyway, it's just gonna work the same, but it's just something that I like. So, okay, so I'm going to create the keyframes. Everything has been set up. Yeah. So, all frames, here you are. Okay, so this is my 2D output. This is going to be the position that I'm going to place. So I'm going to copy. I can even link that. So if I want to update or whatever, but I mean, I'm not going to. You know what? Let's do it. Just because I say it. So let's do it. Let's get complicated. So, okay. So the volume position. Okay. I'm just trying to, because it's, yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. It's quite fun, this thing that in here, this is called volumetric center, and in here is called vol pose, volumetric position. So yeah, I can't get distracted. I was just trying to find the right thing. Anyway, is this. So I'm going to paste absolute, and it's going to have, as you can see, the same position. Do we want to use flickering? I don't think so. Flickering at this distance is quite unlikely. Flickering is for something that is moving really, really fast. But if we have the sense of scaling there, remember, I was freezing the element itself because it's so fast. So don't add any kind of flickering. Less is more in this case. So here you are. Now I have those beautiful volume rays doing their thing. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what else can we do with this? I guess it's time to start finishing. I mean, the layout is already there. So we just need to add the elements just to create a more, you know, more impact. Right now, everything in there is quite empty. So I'm going to add smoke in the foreground. So it's going to cover a bit that, you know, that emptiness. It's the horror vacui that they call in the Baroque. So let's put things. And I'm going to start now with more drastic elements. I'm going to use bigger elements. But I don't have them here. Where are my elements? Source, elements. I think I left them in my desktop. Mm-mm. Give me a sec. I'm just looking for those elements. Maybe I just put them. Mm-mm-mm. Scripts. Interesting. You know what? When something like this happens, we just go and download it again. So, action VFX. That they were very generous to allow us to use their elements. So let's go to my downloads. Let's see what we have in there. This. I want like those assets that were very, very big and covering the whole image. Maybe actually I haven't got those. I'm just realizing. I have to apologize, but remember that it's really tricky just to get, here you are, those are. It's just really tricky to keep the track of everything that is happening in after a week. So that is the only thing. But no worries, as you can see. I like this. So I'm going to download it. 2K, yeah, is more than enough. Okay, this. Let's see another one. This is too much. I like this for the midground. Yeah. And this one, I don't like the scale of this one. Why? Can you see the texture in the center? It's just too much texture, which is really good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good, but the scale for this shot is not actually matching. So I don't think it's the best thing to get. And then I'm going to need another one, and that one is, I need that to be really big. You're going to see why. Because I'm going to place it in a card, and it needs to, the camera is going to be very close, so it needs to move a lot. So this one requires, no, that is too much. 4K. 4K is good enough. I like this too. But it's too fast. Too fast. And too dramatic. The movement is very dynamic. So for me, it's not going to be that good. So let's leave it there. So I was just doing the elements that I got. So give me a sec. I'm going to drag these elements and I'm going to place them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here we are. Let's import those elements and let's play with them. Hi, Julian. So draw, or let's actually take them as Rec 709. I just want to make sure values are right, so I can import them like that. I don't need to do the display transform. So same. You know, something, for instance, that I would like to have, and this is a feature request, so in case Foundry, that I know they are going to hear this, it would be really nice to have here on the bottom the latest color space that you selected, so you don't have to go there and there and there and then, because if you are doing something recursive, you want to have something easy to find. So yeah, as you can say, I'm very verbal about what I think when I need something, and I know they are super nice. So they are always listening. And remember, you know, the nice thing of Nuke is that it's like it's for the industry by the industry. so yeah. Let's have a look. First of all, I would like to check how this is going to look in my comp. So I'm going to use, this must be an element. Do we have an alpha? First of all, let's see. Yeah, we have an alpha, which is completely useless because it's completely white. But we have an alpha. So the thing is, like, having an alpha is not solving the problem. Is having the right alpha that is solving the problem. Let's do something. Let's do here. I'm just going to try other ways of getting texture in here. So I'm going to have this. And I'm going to, do I need to pre-multiply? No. I'm not going to pre-multiply. I'm just going to use the alpha as the core of what is the transparency. So this is not going to have much transparency and is going to occlude a bit, while the edges that are outside the alpha are just going to be adding. So it's going to be an interesting effect. You are going to see. It's going to add more luminosity, which is right because it's getting light, it's catching light. So it's not just fully occlusive. So I'm not going to do the, yeah, I'm going to do the over, and I'm going to put it in here. So yeah, this is what I meant. So now with this, we can play with the density. Yeah, it's not improving that much. Yeah, not a big fan of these results. Okay, let's go. It needs to be like really, really opaque in order to see, but we are just adding those edges. So that's why I'm not a big fan of doing this with the black point, white point presented in here. Instead, can you see the brightness in there, what I meant before? So what I'm going to do before mixing that is a roll of contrast. And I'm going to put this in here. Okay, let's put it on the other side. So, and with this, I'm going to ease the edges. So with this contrast, I can just go hard. I'm going to occlude the core, but I still can see through. It's because of this soft clip. See? That is preventing the transparencies just to go full in one side or another due to the contrast. So I can increase the contrast a lot and still preserve a bit of the transparency in there. Okay, so this is going to be the result of the fusion. Let me see at the end. feeling about this. Great quote from Han Solo. So, I'm just going to try to get a bit of flavor. It's too high to have this, so we need to place it in the back. In there. In there. So let's see what's the right layer, not this. No, no. That is the dust. In front of this, that is the farther I can get. Yeah. Yeah, I have a bad feeling. So it's going to happen here. So we are going to play. How we are going to apply that is going to give me the right intent. So let me see. Here and here. Interesting. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, so don't forget to subscribe. Oh my. Yeah, this is what I thought. We have those little pieces of rumble. You know, it's not bad overall because it's leaving a bit of, but I'm afraid it's going to be too fast and it's too near not to have any kind of movement. So it's going to be very static if I don't move it. So we are going to try. So how can I just make this work here? Yeah. Real life of a compositor. So, was it this? That is very silly because I can just invert the order. This and this. I'm just afraid of doing it, but it works. Yeah. Okay. Now, if I do it here, I have it in front. Here you are. So let's rearrange this layer. Okay. And now I think let's merge all. Yeah, so this and this. So I'm going to place this below because I want to apply that little softening base on the blur. Okay. First step. This is the layout. This is not just, I mean, I need to put it in the system of 3D, but I just prefer to try to see how it's going to look before spending a lot of time uselessly. So, okay, so this is working. I'm just going to reposition a bit, just to be sure. Okay. And now remember that every time we have an element of this kind of semi-transparency that is scattering, we need to apply the diffusion of the light behind. So I did it in the last week. It was very simple. I'm just going to do this. The blur behind is very faint. Okay? It's not that dramatic. But if we go dramatic, we can go here. And you're going to see. So this is the control of dramatism. Okay, we can improve in there the dramatic effect, but also we can improve it in here. In here is how hard is going to be the diffusion. So the amount of diffusion that I have. If it was very steamy, that is going to create a stronger effect. So I'm going to just put here just to show you. I'm going with the alpha. See? As you can see, this is decreasing the amount of light. So it's filtering, and it's also diffusing a bit. Well, a bit too much, but yeah, this is the effect. It's a bit underwater. Okay, so this is not what I want, of course, but it's just to show you that you have two different controls in here. You have the control of density of scattering and density of occlusion, which is two different things. So, okay, I'm just going to play a bit with that. A bit less. Okay, now I need to give it the color. I think we already gave the color to this. No, not this one. Certainly not that one. No, we are going to do it again. It's because if I have it, I prefer to use the exactly same, but because we don't, let's just create a new one. Oh, I have an idea. I just have an idea to test the limitations. I swear I haven't tried before. So I'm not trying to sell Nuke Indie, but I would like to try the Video Copilot lens optical flares, which is one of the best plugins that are around. I love the Video Copilot content. It's curious because I use Nuke and I'm very well known for using Nuke. People think that I have anything against After Effects, that I know is an amazing software. And that leads me to also to get any sort of rivalry with Andrew Kramer. That everybody say, oh, so you are. And I know Andrew. I met him a few years ago, and he's super nice, and he's an amazing educator. So I just have respect and esteem for him. So I love Andrew Kramer. And the Video Copilot thing is, this plugin is one of the best. So we are going to try it. Let's see if he's, if he's going to break finally the limitations of Nuke Indie. I was going to put this grading here just to see that thing because it's just too white. So it's color of light in general. So I'm going to get this a bit. Yeah. And something that is dangerous is I'm going I'm not pre-multiplying, but it's not a problem because I'm using the multiply, so the multiply will never change the zero value of the plate. But just be careful, because if you just do something like this, wink, you are going to break everything. So don't touch the darkest level, the zero level. With this, maybe I'm just going to take a bit of care of that intensity. Remember, less is more. So I don't want to have one element to do everything. I just want different elements. If I want to get them with more texture, the soft clip maybe can help, because everything becomes harder. But because we are not using that much, honestly, it's not creating that interaction. So, lens flare, the moment of truth. Let's see if the video copilot is going to work or not. Yeah, it works. I was expecting it not to work, because everybody says, oh, you cannot use plugins. And it's like, well, hello, you can use plugins. Oh, I have also the neat video. I mean, I don't need to denoise now anything, but now that we are here, let's try it. Well, let's put it in here. This is CG as well. So now it's really difficult to find the, okay, just for testing. I mean, I don't need just to. So let's see if it works. Yeah? I'm just going to, yeah, just telling me the area is small. But this is CG, so I don't need it. But the test is like, yeah, it works. Yeah. So far, Video Copilot lens flares, that is one of my favorite, works. Neat video, which is a must, works. So yeah, I mean, maybe the Keen Tools. Keen Tools, one of the best tools ever. So I say hello to Roman Belov, the programmer, good friend of mine, amazing guy. Amazing pack of tools. Let's try the, it's because I don't have anything to track in here, no, but it's just to put it, GeoTracker. Yeah, so everything gets attached. I don't feel any, any limitation that is just, of course, it must be, because it makes no sense that they will sell like the flag product at a fraction. So I'm sure there is limitations, don't get me wrong, but are they that important? Okay, well, I'm going to get this distant sun. I don't need to tell you that this lens flaring here is just ridiculous. I mean, no way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add bigger scale, but less brightness. Something very subtle, if you like. And where I'm going to put this? Well, we are going to leak the position. It's just for the sake of having fun again. I'm going to copy again my link. And I'm going to place it in here. The position, absolute. There you are. I'm going to put it there. We can even, we can even complicate our lives like a lot, just to use, for instance, the element, the smoke that we have in here. We can use this to mask the matte So the occlusion, see, it's very cool. So it's going to interact. Yeah, I really love this tool. The thing is like, because it's not moving and they are more or less at the same point, the feeling is going to be very similar, so it's not going to have like that. And now this is looking a bit cheesy. Let's try another one. Lens flare. When you don't know what to do, lens flare is the answer, always. Yeah, this is going to give me the sun, the shape of the sun. Do we need the shape of the sun? Well, we don't have it, so why not? Let's just put it in the right way. Yeah, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. Okay, see you next week. No. Let's see the shape. The shape was like that. Something like this. The nice thing is like it's procedural. So if by any chance I change the smoke or something, everything is going to react to that. So that is something that I really like. I feel we need more dirtiness. So let's have dirty elements. This, something like this. No, those are the orbs. Maybe this. Ah, no, that is the texture. What I want is the texture. Where is that texture? This one. So, I'm just afraid of breaking it, but global. Let's do something, because I don't want just to waste so much time on this. So I'm just going to copy paste. And the second one, I'm just going to deactivate anything I don't want, which is something that I do a lot. So this is the glow, the main glow. I don't want that. I don't want that. Not this, not this, this. I just want that dirty effect. Or I can just go directly in here and just get the effect, the texture that I want. But since I'm using that, I'm just going to reinforce the element. Okay. And of course it was the last one. Because why not? Okay, here you are. Okay. So with this we can just go, see, and increase the texture. In this case it's not, it's just too strong. So let's play a bit, because why not? So let's do it with the glow. Instead, let's take the glow and let's try the texture dirty. Interesting. Interesting. I think it's taking too long for something that shouldn't. You guys know what this means? Have you ever experienced this? The thrill? I think it crashed. Yeah, it crashed. The nice thing is like, yeah, it's dead. Okay, has been a pleasure. Thank you very much. And this is very interesting, quite fancy. It crashed, but it's still the interface is in there. So, as you can see, there is no process. I don't have any processing here for Nuke, as you can see. But it's still there. So it's an interesting crash. I just hope it's not crashing my whole computer. But I don't think so. Here you are. And God save the autosave. So, oh wait, this is Nuke X. No. This is the right. Okay. So let's go back to compositing. Yeah, the first crash in 8 episodes. I am quite satisfied. so yeah. Okay. Open com 8. And now it's going to ask me, do you want? Yes, of course. Good. And here we are. First crash. Yeah. So, let's do something. Let's do a glow from scratch. Let's just remove this, because it's not necessary just to have all those elements, even if they are not displaying bad. Glow. Now, let's get the texture. Let's try. And it worked. This time it worked. So what if, yeah, I just need the general dirt. And let's see what happens. Yeah, this is exactly what I needed. Let's put a bit of color. The texture is not reacting to the color. So let's do something. Let's add it to the top as a plus because it's light. And I'm just going to apply a grade so I can do this. Okay. It's a bit over the top. Let's preserve a bit of the original. Okay. And of course, let's play with the brightness. Yeah, something subtle. Good, good. Okay. Let me just have a little break. So in the meantime, I'm just going to remind you to subscribe. Okay. Remember that everything that I'm discussing in here is you can go in deep in that with my Master of Light course. That again, I have a 50% discount promo code that you can use at the checkout, note by note, and you are going to have half the price off. So it's still ongoing. If you prefer something like more personal, and you want me to be like your personal coach, you can just have me on a one-on-one session. Okay, so no commitments. It's just pay as you go. So the one-off, and that's what you want, or if you prefer a big commitment or study different things. So I'm here to support you on that. So that is something we can do. So let's go back. How are you guys doing on the chat? Let me know if yeah, I see that people is appreciating the crash. Yeah, I am honestly surprised. We only crashed one because I'm live, and as soon as you go live, everything goes wrong. So I'm very surprised that things are going really well. So I'm putting on the chat the link if you are interested in the Master of Light. Remember that you have a poster with all the events of Light as I showed in the first episodes. You can find that on my links, okay, on LinkedIn or any other social that I have. So I'm going to put also in here my links. Okay, so let's go back to this because I have now this element and everything is reacting to the movement. Yeah. The dirt is not reacting to the movement, of course, because it's on the lens, so it shouldn't. Oh, this smoke is passing in front of my lens flare. Let's place it. Can I play with those? What if I do a catch all, which is in here? What do we have? Interesting. Let's do something shuffle. And I'm going to get this. All the alphas. Yeah. And let's put this next to this other. Yeah, remember that I'm using the big column of smoke in front, so let's use the other as well. So I'm going to place this in here and that, and I'm going to use a screen. So this and that. So this is going to make, I guess, the lens flare to react. Let's see. Yeah. So when things are going to move, the smoke is going to create a bit of interaction. Let me see if I can just grab. It's not interacting much. Yeah, here you are, in here. But yeah, it is interacting. Yeah. So it's going to react. Oh, wow, look. That is adding a lot of dynamics. So you are going to feel the movement of the camera more because you are passing through this column of smoke that is in there. Remember that I'm building this script as a puzzle. So I'm just taking care of certain areas that I'm interested and then others. So I'm not just going linearly into something that needs to be finished. As I always say, big strokes to small strokes. So yeah. Hello, Mr. Hugo. How are you? Hugo Guerra is in the house. I love this guy. So I will never encourage you enough to watch every streaming Hugo Guerra is doing. So yeah, every Thursday. So don't miss it. You will be crazy. If you work in this industry, especially if you want to learn things and you want to stay tuned, you have to watch Hugo's Desk. So, what else? I'm very surprised. It's working. It's working, the optical flares with the Nuke Indie. So yeah, the limitations are not that dramatic. So someone, Swampy said still only 10 lines of code. Yeah, 10 lines of code is, I think it's more than enough for doing everything that I'm going to need. You know, look at my script. Come on, guys. I mean, we are using top edge technology, but I'm mostly using grades and blurs. So yeah, you don't need like fancy nodes. Yeah, of course, sometimes I need something fancy like the reconcile 3D or the 3D space that is really cool, but mostly it's like I'm very cheap. I'm very cheap to get things working. I just like to enjoy. So I was with the elements. So now it is time to put, now that I understand that this element is working, let's place the element in the 3D. So we are going to place this card. Yeah, thank you, Swampy, because he said that was an answer to Ron asking about Python script limitations in Indie. Yeah, indeed, you have 10 lines of code. Yeah, I think is fair. I mean, it would be nice to have like the whole thing, but honestly, for the price, I would be more than happy because the difference of the price is so radical that I am more than happy to keep those 10 lines. I'm actually not using the code that much when I'm doing scripting in here. Well, sometimes recursive, like changing several nodes, but pipeline or something, if you're working alone, it's very unlikely. So let's go to the scene. What would you like think if we do, maybe because I'm thinking to have other modalities of this streaming, and I was thinking to do like Zoom, a Zoom session where you guys can participate and we can stream the Zoom session. And I'm going to show you also other softwares for streaming. For instance, something that I'm using these days for showing you, which is Looper. Looper is a super amazing tool for reviewing directly to the from Nuke. The output from Nuke is really amazing. So, let me see this. But yeah, probably I'm going to have in the coming weeks, I'm going to have a session that is going to be on Zoom, so you can guys interact with me and talk. That I think is interesting, especially for me, because talking alone is like depressive after a while. But anyway, so okay. Yeah, this one I'm not moving that with the usual axis. I'm just going to be more pragmatic with this one. Mostly because this goes here and that's it. There is no other way. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, is because, of course, I haven't put the scanline render. Scanline render and camera. So let's keep things with an order, a 13 order. So today, for some reason, I was remembering the times where I was using Shake. I know Hugo was using Shake as well. I remember that in Shake, we couldn't use the Control Z, the undo, because it crashed. Can anybody remember? Anybody here that is old like me? That, yeah, there was a time where you had no undo. So for many years, and I mean many years, we couldn't use the undo. It was like you have something that you don't like it, okay, you revert. So you try to go back. Wow. And I remember when I first used Nuke that you have like the global undo, undo for properties, undo for another properties, undo for this. And oh my God, we have so many undos. We were so happy. Then you have other technologies and stuff, but the undo, the yeah, Hugo said that it was terrible. Indeed, it was. Jeez, it was really, really bad. And we still kept using that. That means that the industry, I mean, cutting edge technology and all of that, but at the end, we just keep using what we know it works, even if it doesn't work. So it is so crazy. But yeah, crazy times. That was Shake. Still a very respectable software, an amazing piece of software. My first compositing tool, I have to say. So I'm very pleased with that. Well, it's not true. I use, before Shake, I started using Photoshop. And yeah, Photoshop is for compositing. Maybe only one frame, but it's still compositing. And I use Nuke since version 1.5. Photoshop. Nuke, I think it was 3.5 or 3.2. Yeah, quite a while. What was the first version you guys used? Put it in the comments if you like. I'm very curious to know. Okay, I'm just putting this in here. With this kind of elements, you can go fancy and just deform the car if you like. I'm just not going to. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that necessary. Maybe I'm just going to incline a bit. I remember in Nuke, the most significant thing is like the first time I was using Nuke, the only keyer we have in here was the keyer and the hue keyer and the difference keyer. That's it. That's it. Primat was kind of an amazing thing. Well, Primat, I think it was already there. I don't remember. But Ultimate wasn't for sure. And Keylight, no, that was a plugin separate. And it was Nuke 6. Nuke 6 for me was like the biggest leap in all the history of Nuke. Then we have also in the rotor nodes we have different kind of splines. Yeah, Nuke did not have panels indeed. Yeah, many years ago, and it was gray, bright gray, not dark gray. I like the interface right now. So let's see if this is working now. Yeah. Yeah. Quink. it's broken in there. So we have two options. We can make it bigger or we can move it. I'm just going to make it bigger. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. That is another element that we can use. And I think maybe it's going to be time to have this in animation. So let's have a flipbook in here. So everything is okay. Let's have a look. 15 minutes average. So it's going to take the whole streaming. Well, no, it's just decreasing. Or maybe I'm just going to interrupt in the middle. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? Do you want me to keep working on this until I finish? I can, and I will be happy. Or do you want to see something else on other tools, or maybe we can keep working on this on other things that maybe cannot, or just to experiment, or I mean, for me, it's just, I just want to put notes in here. So I don't mind if it's this or it's another one. I was thinking about using Kin tools. That is a super powerful thing. And I have like things that I always wanted to try with Kin tools. That is something that I owe them. I mean, it's one of the best tool sets that are over there, and it's something that if you haven't used it, come on, seriously, use it. You can do so many things. But yeah, or maybe something that I would like to see, just because Hugo is watching, is I know he's an amazing collectionist of vintage software and hardware. I would love to see Shake on streaming. If you do that, I mean, you have a subscriber. I mean, you have a subscriber of me even before you do that. But man, I would love to see Shake going again. It's like good memories. Well, maybe not those so good memories, But yeah, it's bring back so many memories. I mean, if you see today, I guess, if you see the the interface of Shake is like it's like a toy. I, I see I have seen apps for the iPhone that looks smarter than the than the graphic interface of Shake, but you know it worked. It worked and it was doing an amazing job. So and the efficiency of the paint node that was really remarkable. So yeah, whatever who goes. So I'm going to do that soon. Says running Shake 3.5. Oh wow, 3.5. That is even the old of the old. For on an Apple Power G3. Wow, that is amazing. That is really amazing. So I seriously I would love to see that. Maybe because we have barely 10 minutes left, so maybe I'm just going to give a few minutes before I interrupt this render, so we see whatever we have. Um, just to remind you that we have 11 minutes left for the giveaway. Okay, so remember, I'm going to put it again in the in here. So giveaway. So you have it in the chat. Um, Hugo is inviting me to come over and use Shake. I would love, my friend, and I think we have to do another streaming together. It's a busy time for both of us, but sooner or later we're going to find the time. I really had an amazing time last time we streamed together. So yeah, definitely. So you have that. I think I'm going to interrupt this flipbook because it's just taking so long. So we have already enough with this. Oh no, I forgot that I'm just interrupting. I'm not just doing those that frame range. Well, anyway, no worries. That's why I'm not that keen on doing flipbooks. I prefer to do renders. But anyway. Yeah, probably you can hear the fan of the computer. It's getting stressed. Oh, the silicon graphics. Oh my god, that was the dream. That computer was the dream of any visual effects artist of the 90s. So having a silicon graphics was like having an apartment in Central Park in New York. It was like not everybody can have that, and it was like super amazing. Best technology. It's so amazing, guys. Like seriously, today I'm doing this with my laptop and a piece of software that is barely $500. And look, the results are really amazing. I mean, have a look at the original. It's a complete different story just by adding a few things. So we are doing this for very little money, and we can produce like if you guys try the power of having Nuke Studio, you become a facilities, a whole facilities. You can do everything. You can edit the timeline. You can, I'm using these days a lot for the film that I am supervising. It is really remarkable what you can do with Nuke these days. I mean, you just need a couple of software, like any package in 3D, like Modo, for instance, that is in the creative collective of the Nuke, the package that you are coming even with Mari, and you can have like amazing software at home to create things that in the 90s you needed like the NASA to create something similar to that. So, um, so what do you guys think about this shot? Do you want me to finish to keep that next week? I'm just saying this. I would love to. Nothing wrong about that. But in order to finish, I'm going to start working on Finese. So maybe I'm just going to spend a couple of chapters or episodes working on the little details, and then we can take it from there. Because if we are working on the details just all the time, that is, I guess, it's going to be boring. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be boring, just me fixing edges and things? Or maybe that is what you can hear for. So what do you think? I can even apply these rays in there are not, they shouldn't be there anymore. I'm just leaving them because they are cute. But it makes no sense. So put me on the chat your thoughts. What do you think? And in the meantime, I'm going to put a bit of order in here. Yeah, the silence. It's a shame I cannot put music because, of course, I don't have the copyrights, but this is a moment for Hello Darkness, my old friend. Because it's just so... Okay. And please don't ask me to sing or YouTube will close my channel just for disturbing the public. So, okay, here. Yeah. Yeah. Regis is proposing that maybe the next one that is pre-recorded, I can just use my time just to put things together and give it like a closing to this shot that has been with us for quite a few weeks, and then we can move forward. I think I have shots for 25 years of streaming, like non-stop. So, yeah. So you wanted to hear my singing voice. Well, maybe one day for the 100th episode or for 1 million subscribers. Oh my god, now if I get that million subscribers, I have to sing. Okay. Okay, this is going to be good enough for the time being. Okay. So let's finish this with the last element. And I'm just going to put this haze. I think this one is broken because I was too impatient to leave it finish. Oh, no, it's working. Interesting. So this one is going to be the last layer, and I'm going to put it, yeah, let's put it in here. So, same setup, and I'm going to place it in front of the camera. I'm just going to put it here for the time being because okay, so again, this is just going to be a question of layout. Yeah, it's blanketing everything. I'm going to need a bit of contrast in here, or it's going to be just no texture. See? So let's get this. Yeah, now with this I can see a bit. Now I want this to be stronger and still preserving. Let's go like big time. Oof. Something like that. And now we are going to put this on a card like this, because it's going to be the same but closer. This and the card. Yeah, and now it needs to go closer. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the highest point, this is the lowest point, so well, I need this to be way smaller. Yeah, King Tools is something I will definitely do. Because I really love those guys. And they really deserve it. A bit of attention from all of us. There are engineers working so hard in order for us to have so amazing toys to play with. So it's just right that we play with the toys. So, yeah. Okay, this is good enough. Let's see the effect of that smoke. See? Now I went a bit too over the top, but there is always easy to go back. No, that is not. Yeah. And in here I can decide where. So the center is just going to decide which areas are just going to have semi-transparencies, while the contrast is the intensity between the dark and the bright area. And as always, now this is the magic thing. Blur. Why it's doing that is because it's really bright. So that is getting broken by the little semi-transparency that we have in there. So let me guess. Give me a sec. I'm just going to fix this. We don't need that, by the way. So roll of contrast, this, and now so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I can fix it in different ways. What is going to be the most efficient? I'm just going to clamp. I know I shouldn't, but I'm just going to clamp. Just to see, first of all, see? That is the effect. So if I do this, it's not because it's not enough for that. So I'm just going to just go really, really hard on the dealing. Yeah. So I'm just going to put it like this. White clamp and white and black clamp. The sun is still in there. See, it's just going too much. So because it's very close, I'm just going to keep it something like that. And I'm just going to remove a bit of transparency. Here you are. So it's softening. It's kind of glowing. So now with this, I'm just going to apply a bypass because I like to have a master control for this. Key mix. Just because this is going in front of the camera, so no, sorry, dissolve. I already masked that. I can apply the same, but no, I'm just going to add a dissolve in order to have the combination of both. So with this, I can decide how heavy can I go. And I'm going to give a bit of darkness, my old friend. So yeah. See, with this I can make it even darker. No, I just want to add, because it's just light that is coming through. So it is right that gets brighter. Something like that. Yeah. Apocalypse now. Okay, just we went a few minutes on far. So I'm going to save this. Yeah, next week, remember, is going to be, even if I'm not going to be live, the session is going to be there. So yeah, that's all for this week. Thank you for being here, for spending this hour and a half with me, just comping. And remember, every Tuesday at 7 GMT, I'm going to be here just sharing with you a few notes and just spending a bit of time together so we can all share experience and create a community, what makes this job to be amazing. So thanks for participating. If you want to support me, as always, just subscribe. Or if you want to get me a coffee, I will be even, I will have a coffee on you. So if you like, so this is the link that you have in the chat, or is in here. Yeah, thanks a lot. Take care, and I see you very, very soon. Okay? Thank you, guys. Bye.